we're going to be working with EC2 instances. Now, what is EC2? What is AWS? You should know what is AWS. To wrap it up in a quick summary, AWS is basically a feature for you to scale up in different things, to go remote. Okay, what is EC? EC is elastic computing. It is a feature of AWS. It comes under AWS, and it's a feature of it to scale your businesses or scale your services without the need of hardware systems. Like for example, if you do not want to, or you do not have the efficiency to save different data on different hardwares, you can go online, and it's cheap and it's reliable and it's fast. So basically this is what EC is. To summarize in layman words, what we are going to do today is we are going to put our machine on a server. Whatever laptop you have your PC, you're going to connect it to a server, and for that we need an EC2 instance, and that is what we're going to do exactly today. So let's start. So if you have an account, that's okay. If you do not have an account, please check the other video to how to make your account, and we're gonna directly go into the EC2. Okay, so this is our console page over right here, and I'm going to search EC2. That's it. On the console page you search EC2, we get an EC2. Got it. We open the EC2 module. It says welcome back, modify your changes. Okay, thank you. Alright, we have no instances loaded. We're going to start from the scratch. We're going to go launch instances. As we go and launch instances, it's loading. What is this? Okay, consider you have a MacBook. You are working on for example the Mac Windows. No, sorry. If you have a Windows, okay, then you have Linux installed. You have a Mac iOS version installed on your machine. This is what it really helps. You go to an instance, and you're going to match your machine to whatever OS that you're running on your machine, and you want to replicate that machine. Okay, so we're here, like I have my I have Ubuntu, and I'm going to use Ubuntu, and I have SSD version of it. It's very simple. You can choose any, but we're going to, as we're working on a free trial, so we're going to use the Ubuntu server 16.04 SSD volume. So I'm on my system I have SSD, so I'm using SSD, and that's it. So have a basic feel, if same features online as well. Okay, after Ubuntu you can use this. You can use any of them, no need to go into detail. We're going to use the free tier because everything we're doing it free. We have reviewed it. We are like, okay, EBS only, low, moderate, that's good, thank you, review and launch. No need to get into details right now. Okay, now it's telling us our security. We're like, okay, thank you so much, thank you for the security details. It using TCP protocol. All right, instant details, nothing to do here. Got it. Storage type, storage, it's for the initial. For example, if you're hosting a website, static website, you do not need to take care of these things. Tags, it's good, and we are okay with these things. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to move forward. We're going to launch. Okay, now why do we use AWS, and why is cloud storage and cloud working is so, what do you call it, secure? This is the exactly reason what we're going to do today is, it says to move forward you need to create a key. What is a key? How does it work? Well, I'll explain in detail in another, but for example what you need to do is, here is, you need to create a new peak here. Okay, RSA, you don't need to name your key. I'm going to name it Qureshi, like, wait a second, I'm going to use the name of the channel, Qureshi Y, right? And I'm going to download this key pair. So it's asking me to save, and I'm gonna go to desktop. I've created a key folder key, and it has been saved. Now, very important to remember that we have saved it in .pem form. What we're going to do next, this plays a vital part in this. Alright, we're ready, we got our key, we're going to launch instance. Alright, the instance login. Okay, now here I explain to you why this key is important. Like for example, as we go ahead, we'll need this key. Why do we need this key? For security purposes. As we go along, just keep up with me and you'll know why the keys are so important. Okay, and now our instance has been launched. We're going to view instance, and there it is. This is our newly created instance, and as you can see, we have not named it, so you can name it right here, and I can name it like Y. So like I'm just going to name it Y. Okay, save it. This is our instance created. Alright, this is our instance, it's running, it's good, it's alright. Now to get the details of this instance, we can go scroll down. It's here. Now it's very important to see the instance states. We have typical different kind of states. It's running, it's pending, it's terminated, it has been stopped. When you initially start it goes into pending, and then it goes into running. Alright, now to get the details of this instance, we're going to click right here on this. We can click here as well, but we're going to click here, and here are the details of my instances that I have been created. Alright, okay, now how do we create an instance from how do we link the computer and the server? Very simple, just follow me and we'll get through that. For that you need Putty. What is Putty? How do we do it? Long conversation, we'll get into it. You just need to go to download Putty, run it, install it, and you're ready. Okay, we're going to launch Putty, and here it is. Now you're going to understand what are we going to do. We are going to use Putty to link what we have on our system to the server. And how are we going to do that? We're going to use this public IPv4 address that we have right here. So how is it secure? Like anybody with the secure the public address can use it? No, that is where the key comes in. Remember the key that we downloaded, but again we remember the key in the PEM, like the PEM format. Putty doesn't recognize that PM key, so we're going to convert it with an already installed. When we install Putty, we get Putty Gen automatically installed to our systems. We're going to open this, we're going to load, and when we say load, we go to here, we go all files, and we get the systems that we downloaded. So this was the key that we initially created. It is y-y.pem. Alright, we're going to open it. It said it has been successfully okay, and now we're going to save it as a private key. Yes, so we have our y-y, and we're just going to save it, and that's it. Now we're going to close Putty key generator. We're going to copy this public address. Copy. I'm going to explain the process very slowly once again, so no need to rush. After putting this public address right here, we're going to go into SSH tab right here and click on authorization. Do not open it, just click on authorization, and here you browse to this Y key that you have created from the keygen. Alright, and you open it. It comes in right here. You go back to your session and you click open. It's going to ask you that are you sure you want to connect to this server or whatnot. You said accept, and it says login as. So what these details you're going to like Ubuntu, because we select in the beginning I said that we're going to choose our system. So this is the system that I chose. and on the server it's Ubuntu, so I'm going to go log in as Ubuntu, and that's it. I am successfully connected to this server right here. Now whatever I want to do on this server, now my system can access this server here. Now to summarize, what have we done here, and then we're going to move forward and do whatever we want, right? We have created an instance, we have created an entity, we have created a place, alright, the server on an AWS platform, alright. This is its public address, this is its private address, these are details you currently don't need. This is a public address, okay, and we have connected to this server over system through Putty, alright. We have used a public key and a private key, and that has enabled us to connect to this server securely. For example, someone having this IP address and tries to connect to our server, he cannot, because there is a public key, there is a private key, and the server coordinates by interacting and mixing and encrypting those keys. And when did we create these keys? We created these keys twice. Once when we were creating the instance, we got the public key, we downloaded it, and then we converted it in Putty and saved the private key into Putty's format. So I hope this was easy till here, and what we're going to do next is we're going to move forward, and we're going to create, like, what's the benefit of having such an instance created that we're connected over to our system and server. But we need to connect content as well. We need data. For example, if you're hosting a website, we need some data on our website as well. So for that, you cannot put data on an instance. This is just a connection. To put a data with an instance, we're going to go and search for S3. Now what is S3? S3, you can say, is basically a storage type. That is again a feature of AWS. We're going to S3 to put it practically or physically. You have connected to a server on the cloud. Your machine has been connected, okay, to a server on cloud. But on the cloud, you need some data. You need to put some data on the cloud. So for that, we are going to create a bucket, and the bucket is created inside an S3. And S3 is basically your storage point, and in that you're going to put your data. Basic steps, we are here. We're going to click on create bucket. It asks what is the bucket name, as we are being very honest, and we are going simple, so we're going to keep everything simple. Now this is an important part, AWS region. When you open it, you get different kind of regions: South America, Asia Pacific, for example. What this means is, like, where do you want this content to be placed around the world, because it is the database, the warehousing, it's a large system. So they want to ask you that where do you want your system to be present and enabled. So we choose the where we're near from. If you're from Asia, you choose Asia. I'm currently in London, so I'm going to choose the London. Okay. Object ownership, we're going to do it ACL enabled. Why are we doing this? Because we're creating a website. Every project has different options. We're doing this because we're getting a website that will have public entities and private entities. You're going to learn about them later. Good to go. Let's go. Bucket owner, object writer, we're going to do the object writer. Why? Because in later on, objects will be created in this bucket, and every object will have a certain public status or a private status. So we're going to do this. Block all public access, nope, we're just going to allow it currently. And that considers my result, probably yes. This is just because I like this kind of this setting, and these settings are going to help in go faster and get things done. Encryption, disable, you can create default encryption, you can enable it, disable it, your choice. Currently we're not going to enable it, and we're going to create a bucket. Ladies and gentlemen, our bucket has been successfully created right here, and this is our bucket. We're going to click here, and when you see here, it's empty currently. So what we're going to place some object. Why do we say object? Entities, object, files, whatever you like to say it. We put that object here, and it's going to be like my static web page. I'm just going to put it here. So let's go. We go to add files or add folders. Like for example, if you have a static website already, if you have been into website development, so you have your folders like the CSS folder and all that. You can directly pull your folder here. I'm just going to pull a file here. Okay, I'm going to add file, and this index file, open, and it searches everything. It says destination details. I'm just going through it so that we have, okay, enable button. Versioning. What is versioning? Versioning we'll get in details later. Again, we're being very concise and simple today. Versioning is basically you uploaded it today, it's version 1, you did some changes, it will be version 2 1.2, and it keeps a record of your versions. For example, if something goes wrong, you can revert back to the previous version. We're going to go grant public access. Yes, we have granted a public access. Okay. No, grant public access. I understand, because we're going to be opening this, and we're going to be linking to this. It's a website, so definitely we want public access to this. Okay, properties, just to show that this is a property standard intelligent triering. Nope, this is a standard upside. Okay, and upload. As soon as I click upload, uploading, uploaded status updated, close. Now we have this file right here, index.html, and guess what, when we click on it, it should open up the page. There it is, my first S3 website. I can't believe it was that easy. It was that easy. Now to summarize what we have done today is, first of all, we're going to do it on the simple page, or we're going to go to the AWS dashboard. Particular customer, no issues. We're going to do EC2, close it. We're going to go to dashboard, and here we are. It's taking some time. I have some bad internet, but no issues. Okay, so what we have done today is we have created an instance that is running. Alright, we have created a key pair as well. The securities came with it as well, no issues. And in that instance we have created a bucket of using S3 storage type. S3 is again, as a storage system using the AWS, and in that we have created one file, that is index, and that is it. We have created an system, a server on a cloud, connected it to a computer through this magnificent thing called Putty, and now we can directly go to the stuffs or things that we have online, and we can reach to this server through this system, and we have made it public. As we go on, we're going to learn more about this stuff, but to wrap it up, this was our step today. We have created an EC2 instance, we have created a bucket to put content in that instance, and finally we have connected our system to that server. Thank you so much. Have a great day.